Bet. Worldwide, takeover, Times Square, takeover, the takeover, New York takeover. Man, you just put anything with takeover.
Let's get this.
Peacock, you gotta let me fly! Only when you with the takeover, you get 2 peacocks.
Not a switchblade, that's kind of trifle, cause that's a knife, AK.
Plus got them Gucci nails, You a Beachfront Avenue. Girls were hot with less than bikinis. Rock.
How's it feel to be the greatest fighter in the world? Feels amazing.
It's been a long time due, and we're gonna show up and show the world what we made of. Nice and soft, nice and soft. Da, 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 da. Work on your speed, work on your speed.
Inside Teofimo Lopez's training camp, the focus is clear: sharpen the fundamentals and rely on his boxing ability against Rolly Romero. Lopez knows Rolly brings serious power, but after sharing the ring with him in sparring, he believes nothing compares to the intensity of a real fight. Now, he's preparing for a true showdown when they finally meet.
Just with just boxing his head off. You know, getting back to my fundamentals and my basics, that's really what I'm focused on. And in this upcoming match with Rolly, you know, I know they say he's a heavy hitter. We've, you know, got in the ring a few times in sparring, but nothing's like a real fight. So I look forward to a real showdown with him.
That preparation comes with even more motivation heading into fight night. Teofimo Lopez's father says his son is entering this fight with extra motivation and plenty to prove. With the Ring magazine title on the line, Teofimo knows he has to perform at his best to protect his status at the top. His camp is also focused on sharp movement, defense, and staying ready for every counter.
More motivated this time, you know what I'm saying? He's got a lot to prove. You know, he's got to defend his Ring magazine title. You know, he's the best in the division right now, holding the Ring magazine by beating Josh Taylor. So, you know, we got to go in there and, you know, keep that belt, keep that Ring magazine. Every time you throw a right hand, you got to pull back, go under. It's about motion, all right? If you catch him with something, even if you miss, that left hook is coming.
That focused approach is also showing up in the gym. Teofimo Lopez's trainer says the fighter brings a fun energy to camp, but becomes completely serious once he steps into sparring. He believes Teofimo has been sharp and dominant in the gym, often overwhelming his sparring partners. The message is simple: enjoy the process, stay loose, and make boxing fun again.
So far, he's an entertaining cat. Like, everything is fun. It's a fun day every day, but it's serious when he's sparring. He gets down to nitty-gritty, does his thing, just embarrasses a lot of the sparring partners. And again, I tell them, have fun in there. Like, just make boxing great again, make boxing fun again. Oh, it is a little one.
Despite the intensity of their rivalry, Teofimo Lopez compared his relationship with Rolly Romero to the way siblings can clash but still move on afterward. He suggested that even when emotions run high, there is a level of familiarity between them. But once they step into the ring, that friendship will be put aside as both fighters look to settle the score.
I think anybody can. Yeah.
No, not anybody.
That's true. No,
Not
you
deny
gotta
any-
think about it. You gotta think about it. You gotta really think about it when it's like family, when they fight, right? Or brothers and sisters. If you got siblings, you fight.
Yeah.
And then you guys just, you know, hug it out afterwards.
I can do that. I've done that.
So-
And sometimes that's like the best way. That's like a water moment. That's how you guys get closer sometimes when you get into a fight.
As Teofimo described their relationship, Rolly Romero kept the banter going when asked about his connection with Lopez. Despite their friendship and constant back and forth, Rolly made it clear he has no interest in taking their rivalry beyond the ring. With the fight approaching, the friendly jokes are starting to take a more serious edge.
I mean, bro, you know, the word for it is, you know, it's not even when you get punched in the face, it's when you punch somebody so hard in the face that you break yourself, you know, it's like, you know, everyone's aging, bro. Like, Teal's good. Feels good.
You guys have a lot of banter going back and forth. Obviously, you guys are good friends, so it makes it easy. People have actually joked about maybe seeing you guys do a podcast together.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that one. I'm good on that one.
When it comes to the prediction, Max Kellerman believes Teofimo Lopez is at his best when he feels genuinely threatened by his opponent. He says the big question is whether Teofimo sees Rolly Romero as a serious danger. If he does, Kellerman expects Lopez to be fully focused and deliver his best performance on fight night.
I think it depends on how dangerous he thinks Rolly is.
And it wasn't just a tough loss. It was, you know, he got beat up pretty bad. He had cuts over his face, so it wasn't just a simple loss.
Yeah, I think when Teo feels that the guy in front of him is a threat, he fights his best.
For sure.
It just, Shakur's going to do that to everyone, right? Like, you know, it's just Teo's one of the guys on the list. But the question really for me is, does Teo look at Rolly as a threat? If he does, then I expect to see the best version of Teo. What do you see?
What I see is I get where Gabe is going because Rolly's had one fight at 147 now, and in that fight against Ryan Garcia, I was ringside on the call, and the first thing that stood out to me was, wow, Rolly looks good at 147.
Starting with the predictions, Floyd Schofield picks Teofimo Lopez to outbox Rolly Romero, believing a focused Teofimo will use his speed, movement, and combinations to take control. Schofield expects a competitive start before Lopez begins to pull away. However, he warns that Rolly's power makes him dangerous at any moment, with one clean shot capable of changing the entire fight.
Outboxing, for sure. I got Teo outboxing. I think Rolly is just going to be too flat-footed, and Teo is going to be, you know, all over the ring. I think it's going to be a better Teo than the Shakur fight. So.
You think it's going to be a better Teo than the Shakur fight?
Oh yeah.
Tell me, do you see this being a competitive fight?
Competitive for the first beginning, but then I think Teo's gonna, you know, get off in the end, start landing his flurries, his combinations. Just hopefully if Rolly don't connect, because if Rolly connect, that might change the whole fight. So, and you know, Rolly got that judo, so if Teo tries to, Teo tries to hold, you know, Rolly might capitalize on that too, so.
I like it. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that, you know, Rolly's been looking good lately. And a lot of people, you know, what they say about Teo, he shows up sometimes, he shows up whenever he feels like it. But in this specific time, it seemed like it's more of a focused Teo. I don't know.
We'll have to see fight night.
That confidence in Lopez comes with some concerns, as Sean Zittel initially leans toward Teofimo because of his accomplishments and overall skill set. However, he believes Rolly Romero could be dangerous at 147, where he sees Rolly as the bigger and more natural welterweight. Zittel also points to inactivity as a major factor that could affect Teofimo's performance.
Because of his accomplishments, his overall skill set and all that, and you know, save for the Ryan Garcia fight, that's the only time Rolly looked good in the last several fights. But I'm not picking somebody yet. You know, let us sink our teeth into it, get closer to the fight. But my first thought when this fight was presented and might get done was, I think Rolly is the more natural welterweight. I think he's the bigger guy at 147.
Those factors could make the fight even more tactical, with Sean Porter expecting both Teofimo Lopez and Rolly Romero to enter with disciplined game plans. He believes Rolly's patience against Ryan Garcia will carry over, while Teofimo has also become more calculated. Porter expects both fighters to make adjustments that could surprise fans.
Rolly came to the ring with a game plan and he stayed disciplined.
Yes.
The entire fight. You know what I mean? And that was something that we respectfully hadn't truly seen from Rolly until that night, to the point that all of us is like confused, you know? And I think the same thing goes for Teo. I think Teo is at a point in his career where he's going to come to the ring and be disciplined. They're both going to come to, I guarantee you, they're both going to come to the ring and do things that we don't expect either of them to do.
do you expect any of the unexpected things that you could that are in your mind that I think Teo's going to do this and Rolly's going to do this?
The patience that we saw from Rolly in that fight with Ryan
is going to carry over to this fight.
Definitely 100% going to carry over.
That physical advantage is also a concern for Tim Bradley. He believes Rolly Romero's size and power could be major factors against Teofimo Lopez. Bradley questions whether Lopez's punching power will carry up effectively at 147 pounds, while Rolly's natural strength and heavy hands could give him a physical advantage.
Teofimo Lopez ain't got no power. 140 ain't knocked nobody out. He going to 47, jumping up 7 pounds. I've done it. It's different. Rolly thumping. It's different. Rolly is thumping. He can punch. He been at 47 for some time now. It's a different feeling when you get hit with them bricks. And Rolly got that freaky strength. That freaky, special freaky strength. You know, y'all get it.
But the physical advantage isn't the only factor in play. Coach Breadman sees Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero as a difficult fight to predict, especially with Teofimo moving up to 147 pounds. He believes Rolly's heavy hands could be a major factor, while Teofimo's speed and athleticism give him a clear advantage in other areas.
A good fight. Damn, has Rolly fought since he beat Ryan?
No.
Damn. Well, he's due. That's a good fight. I don't even know who I would pick because I don't know how Teofimo going to look at 147, but it's a good fight.
You know what? Funny you say that. His frame is starting to look small to me. Teo's frame. Moving up to 47 is going to be 7 pounds. That's going to be interesting in that fight because heavy-handed Rolly with silence has been looking good, but the speed and athletic ability of Teofimo Lopez makes it so interesting.
Rolly is kind of like awkwardly twitchy though.
With the physical advantages making this fight so unpredictable, Gary Russell Jr. expects Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero to be an entertaining fight from start to finish. Instead of picking a winner, he believes the styles and personalities of both fighters will create plenty of action. Russell expects fans to get an exciting showdown from the opening bell.
I think it's a good. Honestly, I think it's gonna be an exciting fucking fight.
You don't gotta pick a winner. Don't pick a winner.
Hey, look, it's gonna be a great night of boxing. It's gonna be a great night of boxing. I think stylistically, it's gonna be perfect for everybody. It's gonna be entertaining as hell. He already entertaining as hell, even when he's not in the ring. You know, he's also entertaining when he's in the ring. I think it's gonna be a great fight, great night of boxing.
That excitement could come from Rolly forcing Teofimo into his kind of fight. On the Showbiz The Adult podcast, the host broke down Rolly Romero's game plan for beating Teofimo Lopez. He explained why Rolly's pressure, power, and physical strength could create problems for Teofimo at 147 pounds. According to Showbiz, if Rolly can force the fight into his range, he has a real chance of pulling off the win.
Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly. I'm going to tell you, Rolly is going to be right for that fight. The only thing that scares me on Rolly's side is that Rolly, financially, is secretly well off because of, I told you, dog, his brain, the investments he's made. So that's my thing. When you start really being more than financially secure, does that take away from your animal a little bit? Now, here's my thing. With Salas as his coach, bro, and plus he has a deceptive way about his being where he has a high IQ, but he acts like he doesn't, the fight may be strange. Let me do it like this. Rolly said not only how to beat Teo, he told me, he said what he was going to do. There's going to be some surprises. Because when he told me, I was just like, whoa. I think the fight isn't as easy of a prediction as one may think.
That possibility is exactly why Okoye sees the matchup as a genuine 50-50 fight. He gives Lopez the advantage in skill and boxing IQ, but questions whether his power will be as effective at 147 pounds. At the same time, Okoye believes Romero's natural strength, punching power, and judo background give him a serious physical advantage.
I like the fight on paper right now, for sure, for both guys. That's a true 50-50 fight.
Rolly to my knowledge, one fight at 147 pounds, defeated Ryan. I think this would be Teo's first fight. Both started at 35. Teo's clearly the more skillful guy. Clearly higher IQ, but
hasn't shown the punching power since 35. Rolly's been dangerous, 35, 40, 47.
Rolly got like what Crawford got. A lot of guys don't pay attention to like the differences in core strength, grip strength, and so on. Like guys who wrestle, like Rolly used to do judo. You know what I'm saying? Like guys who wrestle and guys who do jiu-jitsu, stuff like that, they grip strength is crazy.
With the matchup looking so close, Gabe Rosado gives Rolly Romero a slight edge over Teofimo Lopez. He respects both fighters and expects a highly competitive matchup, but believes Rolly's style and strengths could give him the advantage.
You know, it's a dangerous fight for Teo. You know, I favor Rolly by a little bit, to be honest with you. Just,
Hold on, what? Say that again?
Yeah, I do. I favor Rolly by a little bit.
Turn to the camera. You favor Rolly Romero?
Yes, I do.
To beat Teofimo Lopez.
And I'm a fan of both fighters. Both fighters are great, but
Do you understand what seat you're sitting in, by the way?
Listen,
I'm
this
is Malik Scott's seat, by the way. Normally, oftentimes,
yeah.
And Malik Scott. I don't think it's him actually. I think it's the
chair,
seat.
yeah.
The chair
that's my Philly bro. That's my Philly bro.
Yeah, maybe it's a Philly thing, but that chair jinxes everyone who sits in that chair makes a bad prediction.
Popeye, though.
Well, look, I said he needs to watch out. I didn't say he would get it.
There it is.
But look, the thing, I'm only saying, I only favor him by a little bit.
With Teofimo Lopez bringing the speed and skill and Rolly Romero bringing the size and power, this fight could go either way. Now it's time to see who delivers when the bell rings. Who wins, Teofimo or Rolly? Let us know in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to Ring Warriors for more boxing updates.